BYD's sales figures have just been revealed, and make no mistake, they're incredible. BYD has reached a new record. They've sold more than 260,000 vehicles in a single month. What kind of pace does that put them on? Well, as you can see, it's a ridiculous pace. Absolutely insane. They're at, a pace of around about 3 million vehicle sales per year. And this is the middle of the year in China. I mean, this is a fairly slow month for China. Imagine what they'll be doing in December. Incredible numbers for China. But we all expected that. I don't think any of us expected what's happened outside of China, which is very, very strange and a very, to be honest, worrying and concerning trend for shareholders of BYD outside of China, or even inside as well. Hello, my friends. Great to see you. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sam Evans, and I've been talking about BYD now since I started this channel. Why? Because it was clear then that BYD would be one of the biggest players in the world when it came to EVs within a very short period of time. It's even clearer now, of course, that BYD will be one of the biggest automakers in the world within the next 5 years. They're trending that way. But there is a bit of a worrying trend going on. Before we look at that worrying trend, and I think you'll have to agree with me that it is worrying if you look at the actual sales numbers, let's focus on the good. The good first, the bad second. The good is BYD's numbers in China are mind-blowingly amazing. I mean, clearly BYD is the biggest automaker now in China by a significant margin. Volkswagen can no longer hold a candle to them. Neither can Nissan with the one model that they sell incredibly well, the Nissan Sylphy. BYD just killing it in China, which is fantastic for them. I've got a lot of respect for BYD's CEO, Wang Shanfu. I think it's phenomenal what he's done with this company. It is, there's no question. Going from an internal combustion engine vehicle company primarily to an EV primarily one within such a short space of time is a mind-blowing achievement. BYD delivered 253,000 new energy vehicles, a combination of around about 52% EVs, 48% plug-in hybrids in June. Those sales numbers exceed, for the first half of the year, 1.25 million, meaning if they just hit the same numbers for the rest of the year, they'd hit around 2.5 million sales this year. 2.5 million would be a great number, but I think we're going to see BYD hit probably around about 3 million, maybe 3.5 million by the end of the year. Maybe. When I say maybe, it's a big reason for that maybe. And it is surprising. I think you'll agree. However, let's focus on the positive. BYD sold 253,000 new energy vehicles in June. That's an increase of 88.8% from 134,000 a year ago. And it's an increase of 5.3% from 240,000 in May. Of those vehicles, 1,361 were commercial vehicles. So as you can see, almost all of them were passenger vehicles. And of those, fully electric cars made up 128,196 deliveries. Not quite at Tesla's numbers yet, but pretty close. That's an increase of 84% from the same month last year. Plug-in hybrids, 123,490 deliveries. So just 5,000 less than fully electric vehicles. However, surprising winners and losers here. BYD Qin, pretty good deliveries for the Qin, 44,239. Now that's a China-only model. The majority of those are plug-in hybrids. BYD Song did, well, not too badly, 42,388 deliveries versus not that much off that, about 32,000 last year. So those models did pretty much as expected, neither great nor bad. But the disappointing number here is the BYD Yen, which is the Atto 3. The Atto 3 sales continue to fall. From a high of 40,400 in the month of March, they've fallen every single month since then to 33,935 in June. And that trajectory has shown what I think is the concerning trend here, which is BYD's international deliveries appear to continue to fall. In Europe, demand for BYD EVs is virtually non-existent. Now, I know they've got some orders, some fleet orders from big companies like ride-sharing companies. When those fleet orders are delivered, we're going to see a massive jump in BYD sales in Europe. It'll be astronomical because their sales right now in Europe are so incredibly small, which is really shocking to me. BYD's EVs are selling really well in New Zealand, Australia, Thailand, and Israel. But outside of those 4 countries and about the other 30 countries where they sell, in fact, not 30, more than 40 now, that they sell EVs, they're simply not selling at all, which is quite a shock to me. What is selling is the cars they sell in China. The Dolphin is selling really well. 31,140 Dolphin deliveries. That's a record for the BYD Dolphin. For a new model, it's going incredibly well. The BYD Han is selling really well as well, which is surprising because the BYD Seal is not. The Han had 23,206 deliveries, which is only about, I think, 2,000 more than last year, but it's still a positive sign because sedans, electric sedans in general in China are not really in at the moment. Seagull. Now here's the big winner for BYD. BYD delivered 1,500 Seagulls in the month of April. In the month of May, 14,300. They ramped up to an incredible 23,000 in the month of June. Now this model has really only been on sale for 2 months. 23,000, that's incredible production for a brand new model. The Seagull is BYD's small, sort of mini electric car, about the size of something like a Toyota Yaris. The Tang sold 12,000, pretty similar to the last 4 months in a row. The BYD Chaser, which is a plug-in hybrid, there's a new version of that car out, that sold 10,000. BYD Seal. Now here's the surprising one. The Seal delivered, well, only 8,000 were delivered. In the month of January, it was 6,600, February 7,700, March 6,900, April 6,200, May 8,000, and then June 8,100. Obviously, deliveries last year were much, much higher, and they actually went on sort of a positive trajectory. Every single month, the Seal outsold itself. Deliveries continue to go up. This year has not been the case. Now, this is a new car. It's a new EV. It's an international model. It doesn't appear to be that popular in China. The Han is easily outselling the Seal, and BYD have had plenty of time to ramp up sales. They have the production capacity. You can see it from this chart. The production capacity is there. The sales are not. So here's the thing. China is a bloodbath right now. When it comes to car sales, China's a bloodbath. It is just being decimated right now. There's so much overproduction capacity in China. There's millions of overproduction capacity. Factories have been mothballed. BYD sales continue to grow in China, which is amazing. They are killing it in a market that is a bloodbath. How that's happening, I don't think anyone really knows. It's amazing. But BYD need that to continue because their international sales continue to go down. BYD's overseas passenger EV sales were 14,827 in April. However, in February, they were 15,000. Month of May, 10,000. In the month of June, 10,000. Those numbers are less than the month of January, which is the worst month of the year when it comes to vehicle deliveries. To be fair, 10,000 is nothing for BYD. It represents a very, very small percentage of their production. BYD has been selling cars now overseas for over 2 years. It doesn't seem to be growing. It surprises me. I'm shocked by this. As a shareholder of the company, I really thought their overseas sales would grow. No one could have possibly thought, hey, hang on a minute, BYD is going to be selling cars in 40 different countries, but they're only going to sell 10,000 a month after having done so, sold them in different countries now for 2 years, nearly 2 years. That's a surprise. That's a big surprise. I expected to see these numbers continually climb, and they're not. BYD sales in China, mind-blowing. Outside of China, I don't know what's going on. It's very strange. What do you think? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And thank you for watching.